Well, hey, everybody. Nope, it's not Wednesday, it's Tuesday. We never podcast on Tuesday, so I'm kind of confused, but hey, we're getting ready to do an extra show. So let everybody know that we're getting ready to do a draft. I just blew it up way too loud. Sorry about that. I still had it cranked from the teaser video earlier. My bad. So we'll start at the top of the hour. So it looks like we have 10 minutes. So let's hang out for about 10. We'll start the show. We'll open up the phone lines and have some fun. But yeah. So what do you want to talk about for 10 minutes? Let's just hang for a few. What's going on in the Discord? Let's see what Scotty is the king of Name That Tune, apparently, on his ship. I saw that at dinner. Hello to Stacy and Zach Samples over on Instagram. Enchanted Escapades, Jennifer Taylor over there. Liv Lynn, WGOR. It's fun trying to pronounce Instagram handles. Shout out to Fulton. Hope you're doing better from your accident. Hang in there. Just take it easy, buddy. You're having a stretch of bad luck. JHAB Pixie Dust. Hello. Glad you're here. Oh, hey, that's Jennifer out in Bermuda. We answered your question on Wednesday's show, which today's only Tuesday, so it comes out tonight. So guess what? You're on tomorrow's show. We talk about how awesome it would be to live in a place like Bermuda. Oops, somebody just posted in the Discord. Hey, Nathan Buckley. The Buckley boys are the nicest guys I've ever met. All three, Mr. Buckley and the two boys, and some of the fastest. Hey, I got to visit Bermuda someday. I've seen pictures. That sand, that pinkish sand on the beaches looks like some of the most beautiful stuff ever. So cool. So yes, we'll start at the top of the hour. I just got my new hat for my cruise. We get to leave in about we leave Friday morning at 5:30 in the morning. Leave the house at 2:30 a.m. Yes, my wife is super excited about that. Not. But what are you gonna do? We get to be on the plane at 5:30. We get to get at Old Key West at 8:50. No, not. We don't get to Old Key. We land apparently at 8:50, so we should be at Old Key West, I guess, by 10 a.m. or so. Who cares? We're on vacation at that point. As soon as I get to the airport, I'm on vacation. That's all that matters. Hey, Thomas. Hello. So, yeah, Jennifer says she loves living in Bermuda. I can imagine. I mean, I can't, except for like, maybe a little like back of your mind anxiety because of the tropical systems that could pass over. But I guess other than that, I mean, I'm in the Midwest, right? We have to worry about tornadoes here and there, but I mean, you just don't. This is a part of living here. No reason to worry about it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And knock on wood, we're good. I say that and something will happen while we're out of town. Should not have even brought that up, Mike. Yeah, so we'll start it. So I'll tell you like what we're going to do. We're going to do a draft, and I'll say this again at the top of the show, but the way it's going to work is you guys are going to have the first pick, and then we're going to go through callers. So the callers are not going to be on the line. Typically, I like to give callers like 10, 15 minutes. Calls are going to be like 5 minutes each tonight because you're going to call in and give your pick, and you're going to tell why. I mean, you get to tell your why, but then I'm going to drop you, and then I'm going to give my pick, and I'm going to give my why, and then I'm going to give a new caller, and they're going to give their pick, and we might go 5 rounds, we might go 7 rounds, we might go 10 rounds. We're going to go about an hour, maybe 45 minutes or so, and see who gets the best list. And we'll put the show out next week, and then we'll take a vote in the Discord and see who wins. And I'm confident that everybody will vote for my picks. I will be honest, I kind of cheated because I talked to my girls at dinner. Actually, I asked them, and they didn't come up with anything good. They actually came up with a couple good picks, which maybe will help me. I don't know. We'll see. Jennifer says out in Bermuda, their houses are built of concrete block because they have strict building codes. That's a good idea, I guess, if you're going to live out there. You're on vacation the moment your out of office email is set up. Oh, I got to do that. And that is the best thing ever. I got to do a split one though, because Jimmy's covering for me my first 3 days out of the office, that first weekend. And then Ben Lappin is covering for me that week after that I'm at sea. So I gotta make sure I get that right. What's up, Paul? Oh, this is for Paul likes the drafts. This is a Paul episode. I can't wait to see Old Key West 520 Friday. Las Teca's gonna miss me, but Olivia's buttermilk chicken will be consumed. Can't wait. My mother-in-law out on the Disney Fantasy. They had Palo brunch today. My wife said that she enjoyed that. It's the first time ever being on a cruise ship. They're on the Wish, having fun. So they get back in on Friday. They're going to swing by Old Key West and see us before they go home on Saturday as we go out to Canaveral to get on our cruise. So we'll be like ships passing in the night. Got about 5 minutes and we will start the show rolling. So what else is everybody else doing? Put it in the comments and we're just hanging out till the top. Pam and I did another podcast this afternoon, which you guys will be able to check out here shortly. We'll get the details and we'll probably put it out on our feed too after I get back from my cruise. I can't squeeze all this in before I leave. I'm just running out of time. So we're doing this show tonight. Tomorrow night, we're going to have another show at 7 o'clock Eastern. That's just like we do every Wednesday night. It's a trip report show. We're going to talk with listener Angela about a split stay. She stayed at Caribbean Beach and club level at the Polynesian. That'll be a fun show. So if you want to hang out with me tomorrow night, that's the last podcast before I say bon voyage. That'll be for the Monday, a week from Monday. Oh my gosh, no truer words have ever been said. Thomas says, I work to pay for Walt Disney World and Disney Cruise Line. Yeah. Yes, that's what somebody keeps posting in the. I love hearing that sound, by the way, because that means somebody's posting in the Discord. Let's see what we got. It's TD Buckeye Till. We're talking about. Oh no, I mentioned that I'm going to be done with Run Disney here shortly because my body's falling apart. So, and people are trying to convince me to run 5Ks and stuff. We'll see. I just can't do these long races anymore. I just can't. I can't train. The training has to stop. I'm just going to start walking after this, after Dopey in Disneyland. My feet hurt. My knees hurt. I got a torn hamstring, I think, right now. I don't know if I have a torn hamstring. I have a pulled hamstring. I'm just a mess. I have never been such a mess as I am right now. So I just need to, mentally, I need a break. But I'm going to continue to train until the Disneyland half weekend. But after that, I need to know that I'm not signed up for anything for a little bit. All right. Let's see what else we got going on. Yeah, shout out to Dennis too over in the clubhouse, over in the Discord. He is awesome at answering questions as far as cruising. He's always helping folks. He's helping Trisha right now with some cruise questions about like what the dress codes and stuff like that. Yes. Catherine's talking about, we're talking about getting cars inspected in the My Corner of the World channel. Yeah, if you have not made it over to the clubhouse and seen Scotty G, apparently Scott, because he's on this Royal Caribbean cruise, he played Name That Tune in the big like theater, like one of their show nights. I guess it was last night. Again, remember, it's like the middle of the night where he is right now because he's over in Europe. But apparently there's like 800 people in this theater in this contest, and Scott ended up winning the whole thing. Now, Scott is a music genius. He knows his music, especially like 60s and 70s music. And so and today during the cruise, they recorded the show like on like it's like on the big stage, like the Walt Disney Theater on the Disney Cruise Line ships, right? So they filmed it and had a live band, live singers, and all this. And so it was like the old show where like I will name this tune in 2 notes, like you bid like that. So Scott named this tune in 1 note and got it right. Won the whole dang thing. It was like he said there's like 800 people in it, and he ended up winning. Anyway, when they announced him as the winner, like this whole ensemble comes on stage. They sing to him. It's like the Miss America pageant back in the 80s. Like dudes in tuxes, ladies in evening gowns, and they give him a cape. They put a crown on his head. He's got like a scepter, and they're like he's their king. You got to come to the clubhouse. It's in the living room channel, like at the very top. I mean, I showed it to my girls at dinner. It is the funniest thing. And it's perfect because it's Scott, because he's a clown. Like, because he goes with it. But some people would have been horrified, but it's Scott. Like, he lived it up. He's living his best life. So go check it out. I love it for Scott, but you got to see it. Oh my gosh. Well, here, hang on. I can do this real quick and then we'll start. I promise. Let's see. Present. Share screen. Let's see if I can get it here. Yeah, here. Let's do this real quick. So, let's see if I can get this. So do you guys see that? That's Scotty G right there in a cape, in a crown, and they're all singing to him. Look at that guy. He's got a purple cape. He's got a crown. Dude, they're all dancing. Oh, they're doing high kicks. Oh, but he's not high kicking. He's in the back. He's our new king. Oh, Scott. Yes. Ella's here, and she is here for the win. And I'm here for the win. And we're gonna start because it is 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern. It is time to get going. So let me close the Discord so I'm not distracted. That is too funny. Oh my gosh. Scotty G. What are we gonna do with you? I wonder if he comes back to the States. I seriously wonder. My guy. All right, got to get the house band ready because it's a call-in show. Got to have the house band, and I just like the house band. Hope you guys do too. I just like playing. Okay, this is episode 2520 for next week. I'm gonna need calls. If we don't get calls, this totally falls flat. I've never done this kind where I draft against you guys, so we gotta have at least 5 calls. If we don't have at least 5 people participate, this will be a wreck. So please, please, please help me with this. So stay for the whole hour and let's do this. All right, here we go. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the BOGP open line for, well, it's Wednesday. And I can't remember what day it is, but we have a special episode today. I know you're thinking, hey, it's time for listener questions, but it's not because I am out at sea on the Disney Fantasy today. But guess what? I got the house band with us. I brought them with me. They're in their tuxedos. They were hanging out in Enchanted Garden last night, playing for everybody as they walked in to get their table assignments. And I said, you know what? I need you guys to play me in for a special podcast because we're going to do a draft show. And they said, that sounds great, Mike. Let's do it. So just in case this is the first show you've ever heard, this is the Be Our Guest podcast. And I'm Mike Rallman, one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. You can find me online at Be Our Guest Mike on all the socials. And here's the cool thing. Check this out. We have a great Discord server. We call it the Be Our Guest Podcast Clubhouse. And it's where over 1,000 Disney fans get together 24/7, no ads, no nonsense, just fun Disney talk all the time because we have folks internationally all over the globe. And the conversations just go on and on about the resorts, the restaurants. We talk about the hard ticket events. We talk about everything. I mean, we talk about international parks. We also just talk about our lives over there. I consider it kind of like our Cheers. Everybody knows your name after about 5 minutes. So come on over, join us. It's just beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. We have a new URL. You can also use beourguestpodcast.com/discord, but it's easier now. beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. Come over and join the fun. I'm also going to be posting photos and videos from my cruise as I'm on the Disney Fantasy right now. So come on over and get in on the fun. I'd love to have you join me over there to see what's going on as I'm visiting the Eastern Caribbean, Tortola, St. Thomas, Castaway Key, and my favorite days, as you know, days at sea, so that I can participate in all the fun that the cruise director staff has planned for us. Trivias, karaoke's, pirate night. I love that stuff. I eat that stuff up. So come on over. Let's have some fun. But today we have a special episode. Like I said, I came up with this idea about a week ago, and I thought this would kind of be fun because listener Paul, he's one of our great listeners, and he tends to really, really enjoy draft episodes. And we do these from time to time. And a lot of times it's like Mike's drafting against Scott or Scott's drafting against Ricky. It's kind of a passive experience for you guys on the other end. But I was thinking about, it'd be kind of fun because I always want to make the show as interactive as possible. And I know with draft episodes, you can kind of play along and say, well, who had the better draft? And we're going to do that in the end. Don't worry. I want you to say who had the better draft. We're going to vote on that in the clubhouse and see who wins. But here's how it's going to work today. And I hope this works out. We'll see. Could fall flat on our face, but I've never been a person who shies away from trying something new and taking a chance. So let's do this today as we're recording live here on all the destinations, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. We're going to open up the phone lines, and I am going to draft against our entire audience. So it's Mike against everybody who's listening to the show right now live. Now, the topic of the day, very apropos. It's been hot here in the Midwest. It's July. It is hot most places. So the topic of the day for this draft, the top ways to cool down at the Disney destination. So you could talk about Walt Disney World, you could talk about Disneyland, and you could talk about Disney Cruise Line. Now, you can go with this any way you want. You could talk about swimming pools. You could talk about snacks. You could talk about just get creative, because creativity might win over your audience. Because remember, the audience is the listenership at large when we throw this out to everybody to vote after this episode comes out. So you want to get creative, and we're going to do as many rounds as we have till the top of the hour. So right now we have about 54 minutes left as we get going. So the phone lines are going to be open. So just call in, give your suggestion, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you guys the very first pick. I have mine in the back of my mind. I hope you don't steal it. My first rounder, my blue chipper. I'm ready for that. So the phone number is 407-413-9395. 407-413-9395. So think about it and give me a call, 407-413-9395. And let's hear your best way to cool down at one of the Disney destinations. Now make sure you really kind of consider this, because this is going to be a big pick. All right. I'm just going to pick them as they come in because we have a lot on the line. First caller of the night. Who's joining us? You have the top pick.
Mike, it's Paul from New Jersey.
That's apropos. Paul, what's going on? You have the first pick of the draft. I love that you got in first. I just randomly took whoever called in first. What's going on?
Not much. Can't thank you enough. Love this idea. Want to take a second, and God bless you. You think about us all the time doing these shows so that the Iron Man streak continues. We appreciate it so much. Before we get done with this, because I know we have to have time for multiple rounds.
Well, hey, I appreciate
enjoy yourself.
Hey,
enjoy yourself and have the best trip.
The podcast is always my fun time. You never have to thank me for doing a show. This is what I love doing. But the commissioner has walked to the podium. And what's this? With the first pick of the best ways to cool down at the Disney destinations, Paul submits on behalf of the Be Our Guest podcast listeners. The first pick, and the envelope says,
I am going to Epcot, and I am going to the American Pavilion, and I'm making sure I catch Voices of Liberty in the air conditioning, and I'm doing American Adventure. Whether I watch the show, whether I take a nap, whether I do it twice to do both, that's my number one pick.
All right. So, Paul, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. Can you keep track of the picks for me?
Yes, I will.
Okay, thank you. I know you usually do, but I'm just going to double check. Okay, so we got the American Adventure, Voices of Liberty, get in out of the heat, get a little patriotism, get some AC. Great first pick. Blue chip right there. I like it. You're making me nervous.
Got to go strong.
I like it. Paul, thank you, and happy 4th of July. I know it's already happened here as you're listening to the show, but I appreciate you calling in. I hope you just have a great week.
You too, Mike. Take care. Have a great trip.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Take care. All right. First pick, Voices of Liberty. So that means that I am now on the clock. So let me get my pick in. I got another call coming in. So 870. Hang on. I'll answer this one. So just hang tight, caller, because I got you in here. Hang tight. Let me make my pick. I'm walking to the podium because the commissioner needs me to get up here. And I'm dying to give this one because I've been marinating on this one all day. My number one pick of the first round, I'm going with the Aqueduct on either the Disney Fantasy or the Disney Dream. Now, this one has a caveat. If you've ever been on these ships, you do have to sacrifice the top layer of your skin on the bottom of your feet sometimes as you remove your shoes to walk over to the stairs to get to these things. Because that surface of the top deck is like 7,000 degrees and it will burn your feet off. But once you get onto the stairs, you're good. You get to get wet. You get to have a tube ride. You get to see beautiful views in the sea. It is awesome. It's a little bit of a thrill, but not too much. You get wet, you cool down. It's a uniquely Disney experience. I'm going Aqueduct on the Fantasy or the Dream for my first round pick. So there's your first round. Let's move to round two. And we have our caller on the line for the first pick of round two. Hey, who's joining us?
Ella.
Ella from Arkansas. What's going on, Ella?
Not too much. Just been working this summer.
So what are you doing this summer down? What's work entail for you?
So I work for Lentesta.
That's what I thought. That's cool. That's super cool.
So whenever I describe my job, I say that I do math about Disney, but not for Disney.
Right. So now you really enjoy that stuff though, right? I mean, it's a lot of statistics and predictive math and stuff like that, right?
Exactly.
So let me ask you this before we get to your pick, because I'm always curious about this. Like what's something that maybe you've experienced that you were not expecting before you got the job? Because that's such a unique job, especially for Disney geeks like us.
It really is. I've definitely always loved learning more about the numbers side of Disney, but being able to actually contribute to that has been really interesting. Like right now, I am doing a project, which is also my thesis at school, where I'm trying to figure out how, if you are already using a touring plan and you get delayed when you are going to your first attraction of the day, how long of a delay can you have before you should re-optimize your touring plan?
So here's the bottom line is that if you're going to a theme park, find Ella, because Ella's going to know exactly the correct way to see the attractions in the optimal way. So that's going to be my strategy from now on. I'm going to find Dr. Kai. I'm going to find Ella and just follow them, period. That's how it's going to go from now on. Anyway, Ella, we got to get to business. You have the second round pick for the entire Be Our Guest podcast audience. What is your pick? Let me hit the thing. Hang on. Got to make it official. What's your pick? The best way to cool off at a Disney destination
is bring a cooling towel.
There you go. Practical. Dude, I would expect nothing more than practical from somebody that crunches the numbers for Lentesta.
I have experimented with probably 4 or 5 different cooling devices in the park, and I have found that a cooling towel has worked the best consistently. Also, they don't take batteries. You don't need to charge them. All you have to do is just find a sink or a water bottle refiller to recool them.
I love it. Practicality. And I have used those many times and I cannot argue with that. They never fail. But fans, batteries die. Water misters, they break. Cooling towels, they just work. And I mean, they give them to you at Run Disney events. I mean, that's why they give them to you. That's a solid pick.
All
right.
Also, one more thing. Whenever you said to be creative.
Yeah.
I originally assumed you were wanting us to make up new ways to cool down in the parks.
Well, go for it.
And
Okay.
so
Yeah.
I texted my dad and we got very creative.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, go ahead. I mean, it's a podcast. We're here. We're just all here for fun. Go for it.
So we've come up with a brand new product
Oh,
called Chili Pants.
okay. All right. Go ahead.
It is a entire outfit made of cooling towels.
That would be wild. You would
And
sell
the
a
proper
million.
way to recool these is to just jump in a fountain.
Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
Okay. We need a kiosk. We need a kiosk at that mall that has the character warehouse. I see a kiosk happening right now. We're gonna go into business, Ella. Tell your dad. All three of us.
Mall kiosk.
Yes, totally. It's a mall kiosk right across from Character Warehouse, man. We're gonna be millionaires. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
We got an idea. Tell Dr. Kai I'll be
business
contacting him. Yeah. I love it. We're gonna all we gotta do is come up with a name and we're set. And we're selling these things.
We have a name.
Oh, do you what were they called? Silly pants? Is that what you said?
Chili Pants.
Oh, chili pants. Perfect. Dude. Okay, we're getting the kiosk, dude. We're in business. When I get back from my cruise, that's my next project. Yeah, absolutely. Heck yeah. I mean, have you ever seen late night TV with all those stupid infomercials? So oh man,
it'll be great.
Up and running by the time the kids go back to college. Totally. Let's do it.
Exactly.
Ella, thanks for the call. Tell your dad I said hello, and we'll be in business before we know it.
Oh, we will.
All right. I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. All right. See you later.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. For my second pick, second round. What am I thinking? See, I think Ella secretly tried to throw me off the scent there and Dr. Kai with that pick. Hang on. We got another call coming in. So hang tight. Let me get the caller on. Caller, hang tight, caller. You're going to have the third round pick, but let me make my second round pick. So hang tight, caller. I got to think. How am I going to go with this one? This is tough because there's a lot of ways you can go. Okay. That one's too, I'm trying to think, man. Oh, okay. I got to think because I don't want you to take this one. Here we go. I'm going to the podium with my second pick. I'm going to take on a hot day at the Magic. Yeah, I got to commit to it. At the Magic Kingdom, Main Street, USA. I'm going to have me the All-American Sundae. It's a cool treat. It's got everything you need. It's got the ice cream, the hot fudge, the brownie. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. It's the best cool snack I can think of. And it's satisfying, especially on a hot day at the Magic Kingdom. So I've got the cruise line covered. I've got Walt Disney World covered. Not covered, but I've touched two of the three so far. So I'm trying to think about covering all my bases. All right, we have our next caller on the line who's going to lead us off for round 3. Who's joining us?
All right, Mike, it's Thomas. How you doing?
Thomas. Doing great. What's going on?
Just counting down the days till I'm on my cruise.
Oh, man, you are going to be having the time of your life on your cruise, too. I cannot wait to hear all about it.
Yeah. Oh, no, you will. You will, I'm sure. So I'm already planning my trip report email to you.
Well,
so.
yeah, and we'll definitely, and I mean, we'll talk here on the call-in shows because Scott's going to want to hear about it, so people hear about it more quickly. But let me ask you, what are you looking forward to the most, like in the days building up to your cruise?
The days building up. That's a tough one. What I'm doing is I'm trying to shop for clothes that fit. What I'm looking forward to, though, is I think just relaxing. I want to get into my stateroom, sit on the veranda, and see the ocean, and it not be for work.
No, you see, exactly. That's your thing. I just want to see the ocean, period, because, I'm in Missouri. The only water I get to see is the Missouri River, which is like 3 minutes from my house, and it's just brown. It's just, and it's been so dry lately. There's hardly any of that. It's like I could walk across the Missouri River practically sometimes. But so I always, my wife gets sick of me. I mean, you're the opposite of me because you see it all the time. But the thing is, like, my wife, I'm always like, Pam, just look at that ocean. And I mean, she's from Missouri too, but she just doesn't, I don't know. I was a space, like I'm I worked at space camp, and I'm just any kind of we had this huge image of the Hubble space. You probably know, cause you're kind of like me. There's this famous image called the deep space, I forget what it's called, but it was from the Hubble Space Telescope. It was like a deep space image with like all these galaxies like in one shot that the Hubble took like 20 years ago. Deep field space was, I can't remember, but I just would stare at that thing and just try to comprehend like what that image was of, right? I mean, there was like 1,000 galaxies in this one image. And when you think about that, like the enormity of this one shot. And so like when we go out on a cruise, I'm just like, Pam, just look how big this ocean is. And we thought this ship was so big when it was in port. And now we look so insignificant out here on the ocean and how beautiful it is and how large it is. She's like, yeah, but what time are we supposed to go to dinner? I'm like, you're just stop. Like, I'm trying to like, take it all in and be like real introspective. I don't know. Like sometimes I think I can't slow down and take that stuff in. It's just me. I think it's because I'm a nerd, I nerd out on that stuff.
No, it is. And I don't want to like diminish anything, but you in a sense on a cruise ship, you're getting cheated because when you're out there in the middle of the ocean on something that is so lit up, it's almost like being in the city, where you have all that extra light, the
right.
ambient is not the word I'm looking for, but
the ambient
you have all
light.
that extra light.
Yeah.
It's kind of like being in the country and seeing the stars is different than being in the middle of the city. You're a little cheated being in the middle of the ocean at night, surrounded by all the lights of the cruise ship, which are awesome, I'm sure. I mean, I haven't, but it's so much different when you're out there on just a ship that doesn't have as much light around.
Yeah, I was super disappointed.
No,
you nailed it, because I was super disappointed my first couple cruises, because I was thinking I'm going to go up on top deck at night every night and to see see thousands of stars, because we're going to be out away from all the light, right? We're going to be in the ocean, and you don't see any stars when you go on top deck because of the light pollution from the cruise ship itself. I was so sad. I was like, oh man, because I brought binoculars. I didn't bring a telescope or anything, but I brought binoculars, and I'm like, oh man, I don't see anything. I see more from home. But it was a light pollution from the ship, because you're right there and they got all the lights on. But I was like, could somebody turn off the ship lights for like 5 minutes? Like, please. Everybody be falling down, but whatever. Okay. Thomas, you have the third pick. What are we doing to cool down? Hang on, I gotta hit the sounder. Go for it.
All right. Okay. So my absolute favorite is I will come home from the park. I'm going to stop by the quick service, pick up or someplace at their hotel resort, pick up my favorite drink. I'm going to go sit on my balcony, preferably yacht club.
Nice.
A water view.
That's ironic.
And I'm going to relax with my favorite beverage and just take it all in. Take the sounds, take the smells, like that resort that I love so much, and just soak it all in.
I like it. That is relaxing. And hey, if it gets too hot, you could use one of Ella's cooling towels from round 2 and really, make sure you cool down quicker. And maybe the chili pants.
I'm gonna jump in the fountain and in my chili pants, and
which you can buy for $29.99 across from the Character Warehouse, the mall down the street on 192. No, that's awesome.
Yeah. So that, but I also want to say, Paul, number 1 draft pick, awesome pick. If I'm not mistaken, Paul and I were bidding against each other last year to give Kids the World Be Our Guest podcast spot. And Paul, it's on. If that's you, you and me.
I love our community. You guys are the best. It's so fun. Hey, thanks, Thomas. And I just hope you have a great week and appreciate you so much.
All right, man. You have a good one.
All right. I'll talk to you soon. All right. Bye-bye.
Talk to you later.
All right. 407-413-9395. You want that fourth pick? It is all yours, because the phone lines are open. 407-413-9395. All right. I got to think about my third pick. And I'm trying to see, I had this discussion with my wife and daughter at dinner tonight as we were preparing for this show, because we're doing this one right after we had dinner. And I was trying to think of something for Disneyland. And I'll tell you what, I've never been on Grizzly River Run, which I think would be my pick for Disneyland, but I've never personally done this, because when I was out there, it was closed in the summer when we were there, and it was cold the other times I was there. The other 2 times, I didn't want to get that wet. It was too cold. So I don't want to pick something I don't have personal experience from. So if it was blazing hot at Disneyland and I was looking to cool down, I think I'm going to do a combo. Now, I know that I don't know if this is breaking the rules or not, but I'm kind of the commissioner here because I'm behind the mic. So here's my combo for Disneyland. I am going to, because this place is always cool. We have a place in St. Louis that's famous. It's called Merrimack Caverns. It's a big cave. It's actually, I think, where Jesse James hid out. If you know the old, he was like an outlaw. He's like real famous here in Missouri. He hung out in this cave way back in the day. But you can tour this cave. It's really cool. It's about 2 hours from my house. Anyway, they have a commercial on TV. It's called It's Cool When It's Hot, because it's always cool. It's always 60 degrees in this cave. Missouri's called the Cave State, by the way. Anyway, this attraction is always cool. It's always the same temperature and it's always dark. So if you need to cool off, this is a good place to go. I would go, I got to hit the sounder for my third round pick, because I got to touch Disneyland at some point. I got to make sure I get a good mix here going. You don't want to just draft all quarterbacks. You don't want to just draft all punters. Got to have a good team. Going to Disneyland. I'm going to say a trip through the Haunted Mansion, followed up in New Orleans Square with a mint julep. So that's all one thing. Trip through the Haunted Mansion, followed by a mint julep in New Orleans Square. Now, if I really wanted to go deep and spend big bucks, I'd throw in some beignets with that and get powdered sugar all over you. But beignets could sometimes come out of the fryer hot. I don't think that would really cool you down too much. Now, would they be good? Absolutely. They rock. But that's not really cooling you down on a hot day. That's just making you really, really happy. So that is my third round pick. Now, the phone lines are still wide open for pick number 4. So I need somebody to call in on behalf of the listeners right now. 407-413-9395. What is a great way to cool down at a Disney destination so we can keep this show going? We have 3 great picks and we're looking for number 4. And if we don't get it a 4th pick, we might just have to take it from the chat room, because we have a lot of folks tuned in on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and Twitch. So if you have a suggestion and you're just watching and you just would like to drop it in the chat, we can do that as well. So if you are watching on one of the social media outlets, go ahead and put it in the chat and we will see what we have. So we have a suggestion there. So if I don't get a call here in the next couple of seconds, we will go with our first suggestion that is in the chat and go with that. And then I will, because that way we can just continue. All right. So the commissioner says we are going to go with the next pick from the chat room. So walking up for the 4th pick in the draft of the listeners versus Mike and the best ways to cool off at a Disney destination. It is coming from Mr. Scott Wortman. We got another caller. Caller, hang tight 1 second. It is coming from Mr. Scott Wortman on Facebook as he tunes in live. He says the slides at Pelican Plunge at Disney's Castaway Cay. Whoo, that's coming in hot. That's a good pick. I like that one. That is a great way to cool down. So think about that. The slides, there's 2 of them. There's a closed one and an open one. Pelican Plunge, Castaway Cay. All right, which means I got to think. So now I've touched Disneyland, I've touched Cruise Line, and I have touched Walt Disney World. I am going back to Walt Disney World for my 4th round pick, and I am going. I have to take this one. I've been wanting to take it, and I'm taking it right now. I'm going with the wave pool at Typhoon Lagoon. I love this wave pool. Now you got to be careful. This wave pool, if you don't know what you're getting yourself into, it can mess you up and it will destroy sunglasses. So the way this works, if you've never been to Typhoon Lagoon, there's 2 different kinds of wave pools, Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon. Blizzard Beach has more of a constant like waves, like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Typhoon Lagoon, the way the wave pool works is they'll honk a horn. It'll be like, and everybody will scream, and then you'll hear a big whoosh. When that whoosh happens, that's when they made the wave. That means heads up, this sucker is coming and it is not stopping. Because I used to go there when Paige was little. Now, remember, Paige is like 27 now, but this is when she was little. We used to get the ultimate park hopper, and you could go as many times as you wanted. It didn't cost extra. So we go all the time, like in the mornings, and we go to theme parks in the afternoons and evenings. We'd go. She was like 8, 9 years old, and she weighed like 80 pounds, 60 pounds or something. She was light. So she would get hit by this wave and just go, shoo. I mean, I didn't know where she ended up. I could never find her. She would get launched by this wave. I'd have sunglasses on. They get just jacked. They get messed up. Sometimes it breaks. Sometimes I couldn't find them. But everybody was laughing once they got their bearings back after the wave had just destroyed them. So Typhoon Lagoon, I'm telling you, it messes you up. It destroys you, but you come back for more for some reason. It is awesome. So that's my 4th round pick. We're going back to the callers, back to the phone lines for round 5. And I believe it's the captain, Mr. Bankhead. Mike, what's going on?
Hanging out in beautiful South Carolina.
Beautiful. Well, I hope you are doing well. It is so good to hear from you today.
I've experienced Typhoon Lagoon a month ago. Hadn't been in 15 years. We went for H2O glow night, and all we did, pull a chair up to the wave pool and sit there and laugh and enjoy the whole evening.
Is that not the truth? I mean, maybe I exaggerated a little for comedy's sake here on the show, but
whoosh,
it is.
The horn, the whoosh, everything. And you hear screams, little kids screaming. That's just great.
It is. It's joy, though. I mean, it is so much. It's like everybody anticipates, like, okay, because I think it's about every 5 minutes or so. There's an interval, but it's like everybody's anticipating, that horn's going to go pretty soon. And everybody's like, then whoosh. Then everybody just runs like, oh my God. You knew it was going to happen. Like, you could have got out too late. Yeah, it's a good time. I need to do that. Real quick, give a review of the H2O glow night. Scott loves those things. What did you think?
Thoroughly enjoyed it. Just we took it kind of as a chill night, just kind of laid back and walk around, see the entertainment, and we didn't do any of the slides or anything like that. Getting a little old for the thrill stuff, but like I said, took it more of kind of like a pool night away from the resort.
That's a good deal. But did they have snacks and they have a DJ? So they do it up for that night, right? Yeah.
And food.
Nice. Nothing wrong with that. So what else has been going on with you guys? Because you've been on a lot of adventures lately.
Always planning.
It's good stuff.
But I've got to cool down for Epcot. Now I've got.
Okay, well, hang on. The commissioner's got to get we got to make sure we make this official. Okay, now anything you say after this is official, so you go ahead.
Now this is a combo like you threw out. Okay, if you can do a combo, I can do a combo.
That's fair.
Go in, ride Grand Fiesta Boat Tour over to San Angelo and this is in the 3:00 in the afternoon on the Epcot day in San Angelo, in there in the dark with the volcano, and just then top it off at La Cava, back out into the heat. But you don't care then.
I think you just went up to my Haunted Mansion versus the Mint Julep.
Yes. But the Mexico Pavilion itself is the cool down place that I think of when I think of cooling down in any park.
No, I am 100% with you. It's just something to there's something about World Showcase in the summer in the afternoon. It just beats the sun beats you down like nowhere else on that promenade. And then when you can just shuffle inside that plaza in Mexico, you just immediately feel like, oh, it's dark in here. Thank the maker. Like Obi-Wan Kenobi, or not Obi, C-3PO says in Star Wars, it's like, thank the maker that the sun cannot get to me in here. It is wonderful.
Even if I have to use my phone flashlight, I don't care.
I don't care. Exactly. I know.
It's dark. It's cool. I'm happy.
It's like,
I've got Mexican food.
It's 100%. I might even buy one of these porcelain skulls that I'll never know what I'm going to do with it when I get home, but I don't care because the sun's not killing me now.
I'll take that appetizer, then we'll get started.
100%. 100%. That is such a great pick. Oh my gosh. I have succumbed to that many times. The old boat ride, and then
Yep.
hey, we're here. Why don't we just go over there? Kind of thing.
Exactly.
Why not?
Exactly.
Well, hey, I appreciate it, Mike, and the best to everybody and the fam. And you guys stay safe. And I know by the time the show airs, the 4th is past, but have a great holiday.
We'll be in touch.
All right. We'll talk to you soon. Can't wait to see you next July.
Exactly.
It's going to be fun. All right. Take care, buddy. Talk to you soon.
Thanks.
All right. 407-413-9395. 407-413-9395. Great to talk to Mike there down in South Carolina. I know he's getting excited for college football just like I am. It's happening here soon. All right. Now it puts me back on the board. So let me think. We're just going to go a couple more rounds here. Oh, man. Let's see. So I've gone World twice, Cruise Line once, Disneyland once. Let me think here. Man, I got to really stretch. Best way to cool off at a Disney destination. All right, I wasn't going to take this one, but nobody's kind of gone this route. Well, kind of. Well, okay, I am going to go with this one. All right, here we go. Got to make it official because I think this one's going to get me points because I am trying to win. But I mean, I might not win because you guys actually have a great list. I'm going with just because I've done this many times. A day. It's Stormalong Bay at Yacht Club or Beach Club. You can make an entire day. It's Stormalong Bay if you're a guest at Yacht or Beach Club. And we have done this, and we've actually rope dropped this pool. They check your magic band to make sure you're staying at that hotel. You go and you find because you got to get your lounger. Now, little secret. I'm going to let you in. You're a listener of the show here. We typically go because we'll stay there with Scott's family and Pam's family. Will kind of coordinate a lot of times before or after a cruise. We'll all be at this hotel at the same time. We'll tend to go up on that upper deck area. There's kind of like a octagon area. It's kind of above Hurricane Hannah's. We'll go up there and get our loungers up there, and it's awesome. We'll set up camp up there, and that's where we'll kind of have our base camp where we can lay out, and there's a little shaded part, and we'll just make a day out of it. We'll get in the pool. We'll get food at lunch down at Hurricane Hannah's. We'll get drinks. And I know some people can't stay away from the theme parks for an entire day. And I used to be like that, especially when you're so close to Epcot and the studios. When you're in that park, I mean, you could almost see both theme parks from those pools. But man, that pool, and you can go in the hot tub. You can go get beaches and cream if you want so easily. Just walk right over and get that for lunch if you want. It's an amazing day. And I challenge you to give that a shot sometime. So I'm going to go a pool day, an entire day though, where you stay there, you have lunch, maybe dinner, you go see Fantasmic over at the studios or go see the fireworks at Epcot, or, maybe you have a late dinner at one of the World Showcase restaurants. But a majority of a day, Stormalong Bay Beach and Yacht Club is my pick. All right, we're going to go one more round, and we're going to call it a draft. So this is going to be our last caller. So 407-413-9395, 407-413-9395. Who is going to wrap it up for the caller? It's got to be a good one. So next caller in is the last one. So I will be waiting here as we get our last caller in. 407-413-9395. And it looks like we have our last caller. It looks like it might be Alfred. Alfred,
Hi,
what?
Mike.
Hey, what's going on? What is your pick? You got the last one. Well, hang on. Hang on. I got to give you the sounder. Hang on.
Yeah.
It has to be official. Okay. So the last pick, you got I got the last pick, but you got the last round pick. Here we go.
So you said the pools?
I picked Stormalong Bay at Yacht and Beach Club, the pool.
Yes. I am going to say spend the day at the Grand Floridian Spa.
The spa. You're fancy.
Massage, hot tub, everything. The whole works.
You're rich.
No, but I want to be yours.
That's
so
no, I get
have
it.
to
No,
go
that's
there.
cool. No, I get it. No, that's a good way to beat the heat. I get it. No, because actually I went there one time. My wife gave me that as a gift after my very first full marathon. I got a massage. But I fell asleep for a second, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't fall asleep. This costs too much. I can't sleep through something that costs this much." I was like, "No way."
Too, but,
No, seriously.
But that's that.
That's a good pick. Okay, so now,
Yep.
but now the listeners' list is set. So Paul's got your list set. I think you sealed it pretty good. I don't know what my last pick's gonna be. All right, Alfred. Well, thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Yep, and I'm hoping I can come on the cruise too next year.
That'd be awesome. The more the merrier, man.
Yep.
We have a good time.
Yep. I did send you another email though.
All right, I'll get to it.
So when you get a chance, because I need other quotes for it.
All right, I'll try to get to it before I get out of town, before I get on the cruise.
If not, as soon as you come back.
All right, we will. Or else one of my covering agents will take care of it for you.
Yep. Have a great 4th. Have a great trip. And I can't wait to hear all about it.
All right. Take care, Alfred. I'll talk to you soon.
You too.
Right,
bye-bye.
All right. So now I have the last pick. So where am I going to go? Cruise line? Let's see. So I've gone world. Disneyland is a struggle. And I don't know if you guys have kind of thought about this. Disneyland, I'm trying to think of like specifically places to cool down. I thought about the monorail slide at the Disneyland Hotel, but I don't think that's a great pick. I'm just kind of talking out loud here as I make my last pick. So you can kind of think about the predicament I'm in. So I want to make my last pick good. Let's see. I'm trying to think cruise line. Best places to cool down on the cruise line that I like. All right. I'm going to go with this one. And if you're an adult that sailed Disney Cruise Line, if you know, you know. Here we go. On the Disney Fantasy and the Disney Dream. Not that this is all stuck in my mind, but it is because as we're recording this one, I sail in like 72 hours. But the final pick of this draft, where I hope to be in about 73 hours, is a little place called Satellite Falls, which if you don't know what Satellite Falls is, there's an adult area on the forward part of the Disney Fantasy and Disney Dream. It's only for adults. And it's really unique where they took this big radar dome that they have to have on the ship for navigational purposes, right? And they made it into basically a little waterfall area where adults can hang out under it. And there's water under it. And it's kind of, you don't really swim in it or anything. It's just like a little cooling off covered little place where you sit and just kind of chill out. And it's super peaceful on the front of the ship where you can look out over the ocean as you kind of go out to sea on a sea day. It is wonderful. I mean, to me, again, as I was talking with Thomas, I love seeing the ocean. That's why I go on cruises. My sea days are my favorite days. I love when the ship's in motion. I love, I just love being out moving on the ocean more than I do being in the ports. And Satellite Falls is in the perfect spot. I love that it's adults only because there's no chaos. I mean, except for the adults, there's not much from that except from like the people I'm with usually. So it's a wonderful spot. Usually there might be a few servers coming through, bartenders asking if you want a drink or something like that, but they're not pushy or anything. It's cruise through every once in a while. It's just wonderful. And so if you've never sailed Disney Cruise Line, adults, they have great adult areas. I mean, great adult areas. But Satellite Falls is just, and just like Andrea says right here in the chat, I was going to say Satellite Falls too. It says it's her and her husband's favorite place on the Fantasy. It is. It's a rocking place. So that's going to be where I bring it home. All right. So now we'll post these in the Discord. I'm going to, over in the clubhouse. So again, beourguestpodcast.com/Discord with Paul's help. And then we'll have a little voting and we'll see who won. But really today, again, we're trying to sneak it in here and just we're giving ideas of how to cool down when you go on your next Disney Cruise Line, Disneyland, or Walt Disney World vacation. And also on a Wednesday here, how fun is it to think about all these fun ways to enjoy the Disney destinations in the summertime and all the great ways to, we also invented the chili pants. That was kind of fun, but it's also just a fun escape. And I just want to have fun talking with you guys because I love talking Disney with you. So hope you enjoyed today's show and let's have some fun. So come on over and vote in the clubhouse, beourguestpodcast.com/Discord and /clubhouse and get in on the fun. Don't forget, today's show is brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Disney adventure. Just go over to magicforless.com, fill out the quote form. We'll take it from there. No additional cost to you. It's pretty simple. Also, please use our Amazon affiliate link. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. Thank you so much for that support. And thank you to our Patreon supporters. You guys make all these shows possible. Patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. And if you support us, it's just $5 a month and you'll get a bonus show every week called Mike in the Midwest. So come on over, patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. Also, I'm on the socials at beourguestmike. And of course, we're going to have lots of coverage from the Disney Fantasy this week. So follow me, especially on Instagram and Twitter. And I'm also on Threads. Again, beourguestmike. And we will have a live call-in show this coming Sunday because I get back on Saturday. So join us at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Scotty G will be back as well. So we'll be in all the places: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. And give us a call. We need your calls on Sunday night. So be there or be square. All right. Well, that is going to do it. We'll have a great show for you on Friday. It's already in the can. And I think you're going to enjoy that one as well. So until we get back together again, I'm on the fantasy, but I'm thinking about you guys always. And we're going to always have fun here on the podcast. And let me just say, thank you for supporting our show. Thank you for letting me do this show. I love doing the Be Our Guest podcast, but the reason I love doing the podcast is because I get to be friends with all you guys. This has been a joy for me since 2008. It continues to be. And I just thank you every time you download the show. It really means a lot to me. So I just hope you're having a rocking Wednesday. Hope you're having a great week. And let's just keep this thing going. So I'll be back soon and we'll continue the show. So until then, have a great Wednesday. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. All right. That was fun. I guess it worked, kind of. We'll see. All right. Well, I'm going to edit this thing and I got to meet my wife we're going to go walk 2 miles before it gets dark. And then we're going to start getting stuff out. She's going to iron some shirts that I got to pick out for the cruise. No, Andrew, hey, you agreed with me. So you helped me. So that was pretty, I just want to play this one more time before I put it away. All right. So thanks, Ryan. I appreciate that so much. I am going to have a blast. I can't wait. I got my new hat in the mail today. Yes, for the cruise. All right. So I'm going to duck out and edit this. And like I said, go walk with my wife. And then I'll be back doing some work in the office. And I will catch you. So tomorrow night, one more show. If you want to hang with us, I'll be on the air at 7 o'clock Eastern with listener Angela. We're talking club level trip to Polynesian, Caribbean Beach, all that kind of stuff. That'll be the last live recording until after the podcast. So come join me tomorrow night. That'd be awesome. All right. You guys have a good Wednesday night. I will talk to you later. Paul, thanks so much. And I will see you guys tomorrow night. See ya.